So over the past few days, I've embarked on a journey to see some of the smaller, lesser known releases that you guys have been requesting me to review for about a month or two now. And the first one on my list was Calvary, starring Brendan Gleeson. What this movie's about is a priest who is in Ireland, and he's surrounded by doubt. Everyone in this small community that he lives in is constantly talking to him about the fact that they just don't get it anymore. Life is going in a weird place. They don't understand finances. They don't understand religion. They don't understand politics. And the movie is basically scene to scenes of him visiting various people, talking to them, and figuring out what their problems are. And it's sort of like therapy sessions between him and other people who live in this town. But the main plot of the movie revolves around the fact that in the opening scene, he receives a death threat by someone when they're going to confess to him. And so throughout the movie, you are wondering who that person is. And as he visits from person to person, you're trying to figure out, is it him? Is it her? Who is it? There are certain movies throughout the year that I think really need time to sink in. Movies that you really need time to mull over in your head a little bit and figure out what was going on and think about it and dissect it a lot. Sometimes I think it's really bad to immediately review a film as soon as you see it. A lot of times people ask me, like, while I'm at the screening, what'd you think of it? And I'm like, just let me think about it a little bit. I need to let it sink in. Because sometimes giving an immediate reaction isn't really the best idea. And this is definitely one of those movies, and I am really glad that I gave this about a 24-hour period to really sit and think about this movie and some of its themes and some of its subject matter, because this script is very, very impressive because it goes in a lot of different places and it really delves deep into a lot of very mature themes about the way people view sex, politics, religion, and simple relationships amongst other people. And this film really goes into some of these themes in a very deep, very mature way, and sometimes with actually a lot of humor. It also looks really terrific. This is a really good looking movie. I mean, it looks way more expensive than it was. And I gotta say, by far, the most impressive part of this movie is Brendan Gleeson. This guy is a masterclass actor. He doesn't even seem like an actor. He's just reading lines and they feel so incredibly real. All at once on his face, you can read so many different things: sadness, regret, happiness, empathy. He's so good at embodying that priest-like image where you're not supposed to really show too much of your emotions. But because of his dark past that you learn more about in the movie, it becomes increasingly harder for him to hide some of those emotions, and that's when the film really picks up. That being said, this film can be a little slow at times, and there are a lot of discussions with certain characters that in the end just come off as kind of a scene that might be there to make you think that person might be the guy that threatened him. You know, like, in the end there are certain scenes that don't really feel as if they are necessary, certain characters that feel like they could be removed, that just feel like they are characters to give you another person to be skeptical about, you know what I mean? And that is probably my biggest flaw with this movie, because there are times throughout the film where you're like, where is this really going? It's not really until like the second act where you realize it really is just him having conversations with people. That's one of the aspects of this film that took a while for me to grasp, and once I realized what the film was trying to do, it opened up my eyes and I was like, okay, this is really cool. Calvary is a great looking film with a fantastic script and amazing acting, especially by Brendan Gleeson. Definitely check this movie out if you are a fan of some of these smaller films, or if you want to learn more about just conversation pieces. I'm going to give Calvary a B+. Guys, thank you so much as always for watching. If you've seen this movie, I'm interested in knowing what your thoughts are below, and as always, thank you. And if you like this, you can click right here and get Stuckmanized.